Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a story out of Zero Hedge, very interesting. It's entitled Janet Yellen tries to walk back Biden's dictator remarks, says critical to work with China. Listen, the facts are the people that are running this government have lost control. And not only that, it's because they're straight up nuts. Type one if you agree, or just hashtag nuts in the agreement or down in the comments below. The facts are that things are going bad and they're going to get worse. Why? Because they're going unchecked. And that's why we have to wake up as many people as possible in our country, because you can get rich during this next downturn in the economy, and that's great. But we can lose our country because there's not enough people holding the true wealth of the nation. And those are the people that are going to run the nation. And the sad thing is, most of the money is going into the hands of the elite and not staying in the hands of the lower and middle class. We need to wake people up, and we need to do it fast. Check this out. The story is out of Zero Hedge. Top U.S. administration officials continue to have to work overtime in cleaning up President Biden's messes. This time, it's Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen who is trying to soften or walk back Biden's earlier description of Chinese President Xi Jinping as a dictator, as we detailed Wednesday. Now, let me just put this out there. He is. Okay, I agree. I do agree. But the point is that what's happening is the diplomacy is gone. People are screwing up left and right. And I have a weird feeling that this was actually Biden's way of trying to prove that he's not bought and paid for. I'm not joking. But the issues with our country and China are very serious, and they are deteriorating rapidly. And do I believe that top administration officials are bought and paid off? I do. I completely do. And we're seeing a lot of kabuki theater, a lot of fake things. That's why you saw so many times before you couldn't even call out China when COVID started. All right. These are facts. These are things that are going on. And you have to think back. You have to wonder why. Why couldn't we say what exactly happened? Why can't we even talk about it? It literally came out of a lab in Wuhan, China. That's the first place it was detected. That's where it came out of. That's where they're literally incubating it, making it, doing all kinds of weird experiments with it. But we couldn't say anything. Right? This is getting nuts. Now it says here, let its fury be known over what it denounced as a blatant political provocation. This is what China was saying, right? In her Thursday, Janet Yellen's remarks from Paris, Yellen stressed the importance of maintaining a positive relationship with China. The reason why that is because they could dump our bonds. They could dump their US dollar holdings and make them worthless. All right. And at a certain point, I do believe that is part of the plan. And not only China will be doing it, but it will be a coordinated attack from the BRICS nations themselves, plus the 30 or 40 other countries trying to apply for BRICS status. Think about France. Think about Mexico. I'm serious. I believe this is going to come in the future. Not tomorrow, but in the future. She says here, with respect to the comments, I think President Biden and I both believe it's critical to maintain communication, to clear up misperceptions, miscalculations. We need to work together where possible, Yellen said this at a press conference. But we have disagreements, and we are also forthright in recognizing we do have disagreements, Yellen added. Again, she's clearly trying to clean up Biden's mess, given also the timing of the president's Tuesday night remarks issued at a fundraiser was especially awkward when he had just dispatched Secretary of State Blinken for a 2-day visit to China where he met with the president of China. The irony, obvious and yet perhaps lost on Biden, is that Blinken's trip was a desperate attempt by the administration to rescue spiraling U.S.-China relations with the Biden's once single dictator comment. These efforts have likely come to nothing. Well, we already know before that comment was made at that event that Biden said, we already knew that meeting between the president of China and Blinken was completely worthless. It was just diplomacy. It was just pomp and circumstance. That's really all it was. We know that China is actively attacking our economy. They actively have a plan to destroy our economy, and that is through the BRICS nations. You have to remember, China, Russia, India, they are looking to move to a gold standard. As a matter of fact, we've seen even leaders of the IMF call for a Bretton Woods standard because they need to end this fiat fake crap currency that the US has been pushing on everybody else, exporting their inflation. They're all being hit with higher percentages of inflation than us right now. So people need to understand how serious this is. They literally have a coordinated attack going on, and they want gold or some other standard other than the US dollar standard where we could just print money into oblivion and export inflation to them. That inflation exported to them is stacking up way stronger than what's going on in our country. People need to understand. This is why we essentially, through sanctions, forced Japan to come and attack us so that we could get into a war. This needs to be so importantly realized to so many Americans right now. Our government is waging economic war, and what they are hoping for, is that one of these countries will attack us, either economically or physically, so that then we can retaliate so we don't look bad. But we are the ones shooting the first shots across the bow. And we did it literally decades and decades ago by printing dollars into oblivion, and just recently, in the last 3 years, doubling our money supply, doubling it. Where has it gone? Think about that. Think about that. It is so vital that people understand this. Now, it says here, Biden's remarks about the Chinese president were caught unaware by the spy balloon incident were as follows. The reason why Xi Jinping got very upset in terms of what I shot that balloon down with 2 boxcars full of spy equipment is he didn't know it was there. No, I'm serious. That was the great embarrassment for dictators when they didn't know what happened, Biden had said. This is what Biden said, trying to flex. Now, here's the fact of the matter. It took him literally a week in Congress to figure out to shoot down a spy balloon that was literally getting so much more than satellite photos of our terrain. It was getting data. Do you know that there are machines out there? Let me give you just a perfect example, just the most basic rudimentary problem. Your debit card, your credit card, has an RFID chip. Did you know that there is a machine that can fit, it's just handheld, fit in somebody's pocket, and as they walk by, it literally scrapes the data from your credit card or your debit card and gives it to them. They can now steal your information and take money from you. Now, think about this. That spy balloon was not taking photos of satellite photos like Google Earth takes. It was literally grabbing data from Wi-Fi towers, from cell towers. It was getting so much information, your head would spin. Now, I want to tell you this. Our government knew that's what it was doing, and yet it took a week so that Biden could flex and go, I shot it down. They let it happen. This is very serious times, guys. People need to wake up. The world wants our economy dead. It is on you to revive it by growing wealth, by building wealth and preparing for this crash, because if you don't do it, the banks are going to do it. Guys, I hope you have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.